Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now, if you are familiar with this channel, you know I started this channel because I wanted to document how I am going to be fixing my ruined account. There is a whole series on this, on why my account's broken and what I'm doing to fix it, and I said I would be doing regular updates. This is one of those updates. If this is something you're interested in, let me know in the comments by liking, by subscribing, by showing support to this video. The more support this video sees, the more you guys are going to be seeing my ruined roster, which we're going to be taking a look at today. So I want to do a little bit of an account update. My Wampa is now R5, so I'm happy about that. We're going to start working on SWGoH Press, and my Darth Traya is Gear 12, working on that. There's a lot to break down in today's, I guess this is what do they call this? The state of my account? I'm calling this fixing my ruined roster. So we have a lot to break down today. Hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I'm just going to be kind of talking for a bit about where my roster is at. So let's talk about my Wampa. So I'm really excited about my Wampa. I got her pretty much to everywhere I want her to be, except on my last live stream. My chat told me something that kind of set me back a bit. They told me my mods for Wampa weren't good. And when you sit down and you think about it, it totally makes a lot of sense. They told me that you want health and tenacity mods on here with a bunch of, I believe, health primaries and a tenacity cross. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. In my defense, whenever I mod characters, I always go to SWGoH. I look around the carbonite, or not carbonite, I look around the kyber, the chromium, somewhere in that area of GAC players for what they have on their characters. And I put those mods on to the best of my abilities. And if I don't have those mods, I'll go to a different tab to see if there's any mods that could also work, that are similar enough, that kind of do something beneficial until I get the mod that I need to get. And this is what I had for my Wampa, and apparently this isn't great. I mean, the mods themselves from where I'm at, except for this one's trash. But besides that, the mods for these, besides that, where these are at, where I'm at in my account, these are decent enough mods. I'll definitely be able to reuse them. So since I'm working on that, I did make an alternate mod loadout, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about this. I have to take mods off Grievous and Padme and Jolie, which I'm not excited for, to get this loadout working for Wampa. But right here, well, I guess you can't really see it. Let me try and I can't really pull it up, can I? Hold on. Let's just make me invisible for a second. All right, this is what it is. I can't really like pull it up as I don't know if I'm doing this, if there's a better way of doing this, but this is what the mod set is. There's some okay speed on here. Obviously, this would need a lot more upgrades because I spent a while upgrading this one. So that's the only reason my Wampa is still bookmarked, is because I need to get these mods figured out, which is a little frustrating, but I should have done more research instead of just looking at SWGoH. So, learned my lesson. I'll talk to my guild about it in the future, talk to my viewers. Obviously, you guys are helping me out a lot, so get that fixed, and Wampa will be done. So let's take a look at my, oh, don't look at that. That's a future video. Let's take a look at my team checklist. This is the order of which I'm doing my farms that I need to get done for my account to be in a fixed state and be able to move forward. So Wampa was my top priority, and I almost have her done. I just got to fix her mods. Next up, I need to do SWGoH and the Triumvirate. I'm kind of doing this farm together. I'm kind of replacing SWGoH with Darth Sidious because I'm not really going to be focusing on Darth Sidious until I go for Sith Eternal. The reason why he's at R1 and I put a Zeta on them is for the Sith Eternal event. Sith Eternal, I was right there, right before the Lightspeed bundles happened, but the Lightspeed bundles happened, so I don't... I had to put it on a pause. I also had to get Wampa and SWGoH Press up. I really wanted to get those two up. So Darth Sidious is kind of sitting there at R1. I now have Darth Talon at R5 because of the Lightspeed bundles. My guild is actually requiring me to do Darth Traya, which, by the way, if my guild discovered I have a YouTube channel, so any of my guildmates, if you're watching this, hi. I'm working on my Triumph. I put them up pretty high. I'm also farming Darth Scion actively because, partially because I want to get Darth Scion, partially because my guild also needs a Darth Scion, and partially because I need to farm Kylo Ren's command shuttle. So I'm going to be farming this node anyways for a long time. So might as well just farm Scion. And so since I'm farming SWGoH Press, Darth Talon I got to finish, Sidious I have to finish, and since I have to do Darth Traya, I might as well just get the trio complete. Well, I guess more than a trio, but I might as well finish it off and finish up Nihilus. So I'm going to work on the Triumvirate a lot sooner than I originally planned. This is like the huge thing that's changed with my rosters. The Triumvirate has moved up from the bottom of my roster to one of my highest priorities. I hear a lot of good things about this team, and I'm really excited about it. The only issue I have with the Triumvirate is what it messes up. I would love to hear your opinion on this. So after I get Triumvirate, I'm still actively farming my Starkiller team. I only have 19 Omicrons right now, and I'm gonna have 20 soon. And I need 3 for Starkiller, and I need 3 for Traya, or 2 for Traya, I think. Let's just check. I know she at least needs 1, maybe 2. Oh, she only needs 1. Okay, she only has 1 Omicron, so maybe that answers my question. Maybe I just put it on Traya. So get some more Zetas and put that all on Traya. I was going to ask if I should put the Omicrons on Starkiller or on Traya first, because I hear that this one is really important if I want to use Starkiller in a competitive space. But I don't have the gear to upgrade him yet, because he is a obviously very Kyrotech heavy character. So haven't gotten him up yet. He's going to be the hard part of this team. So I'm running Palpatine with Mara Jade. My old Ben is already gear 12, so I'm just going to use old Ben. Visas Mar is super popular for this team, so I'm just going to use Visas Mar. Doesn't hurt to have another character in my back pocket. And then obviously Starkiller. So I'm going to do Starkiller first because I feel like I'm the closest and I really want Starkiller. This will create a really good team for me, so I'm going to do that. After that, I'm going to go into my SLKR farm first. I'm actually closest to SLKR between the 2 Lightspeed GLs and Sith Eternal, even though I was farming Sith Eternal for forever. I'm closest to Kylo. So all I really need to do is finish up 2 ships, get 2 relic levels on here, and I'll have Kylo after a little bit of farming. Farming tickets and whatever. So get Kylo first. Then after we get Kylo, we're going into Rey straight after, because it's Rey. Super close GL as well. While I'm farming my Rey, I'm also going to start thinking about a First Order Omicron. I know originally I said I'm going to start working on a Phasma Omicron before I do Rey. However, if I thought about it, I already have almost all the relic levels I need on a Phasma Omicron team. And Rey is going to be a little bit more work. So I could just do them both at the same time, the First Order and the Rey farms. I can do them both at the same time, so I'm thinking I might just do that instead of double farming 2 First Order teams at the same time. Might just focus on Kylo Ren, then move on to Rey, while also doing First Order in the background still. So that's my current plan with that. Then after that, start working on Zori Bliss. She's going to take forever to farm, so I put her down here. I'm gonna have to start farming her when I get past Triumvirate. She is gonna be a priority farm for a while. After we get through Zori, I'm gonna finish off my Imperial Troopers. I'm still actively farming Range Trooper every single day. Range Trooper will be R3. Gideon will be R5. Dark Trooper will at least be R3. Might take him to R5. We'll just have to wait and see. I just don't want to take him too high because I need a lot of these resources to put on other characters. And my Dark Trooper already does a lot of work on this team, even though I only have 2 relics. So I do want to take him higher because obviously relic levels is going to make him do a lot more damage, and I want him to do that damage. I'm hesitant to spend the resources if I don't need to. But I know I need to, I just don't want to spend too many resources. So you get what I'm saying. After this, basically this is just a Darth Vader solo team, and I put some other Sith Eternal requirements in here to give Darth Vader speed, because I believe it's his unique that Empire and Sith characters give him more speed if he's on a team. So if my Vader needs more speed, just throw this team on in there, and then there we go. After I do this is basically just Sith Eternal requirements. We'll get my Emperor Palpatine, Sith Eternal. So with Sith Eternal, I'm going to use Armor, Wat Tambor, Royal Guard, and Thrawn. Thrawn, I hear, you know, I actually hear that he's kind of good with a lot of teams, which is kind of surprising to say, but I've heard a lot of things recently, especially in the last year and a half, that Thrawn is really like, people are not using him as much, that people don't really like him as much. But where my roster is at, I throw him all the teams all the time. Like, I did pretty good in my Proving Grounds video. If you guys watched that, I did pretty good in my Proving Grounds video with Grand Admiral Thrawn. I use him with Palpatine, Lead, Mara Jade, Darth Vader, Piet, and Thrawn. That's my Squad Arena team right now. He just goes so well with that team. Controls turn meter, gets around taunts, can dispel buffs on the other team. I just really like his fracture. I really like his turn meter control. I just really like Thrawn in this game, to be honest with you. After that, I need to go back and fix my Jedi Revan team. My Jedi Revan team should never have been moved on from Gear 12, or without relic levels. This is one of the biggest regrets of my roster, is when I first started. It wasn't for when I first started. It was the majority of the time I played this game, because I played it on and off casually for so many years, and now I'm playing it seriously, competitively. I left a lot of characters at Gear 12 because I didn't want to take them to relic levels, and this is just one of those teams I should have done a while ago. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's on the priority list. It's on the list after 3 GLs. Then I'll get to Jedi Revan, I guess. After Jedi Revan, we're going to go into another bounty hunter team. I already have a decent one. I run Bosk Lead with Boba Fett, Grief Karga, Jango Fett, and Dengar. That's my current bounty hunter team. Could be a little bit better. I really want to get Zam and Aura and Mando up. I mean, I want to get all of them up. Bosk is the only one that's at okay levels. He could go to R7, but for now he works at R5 from where I'm at. But I think a new bounty hunter team would go the distance for me. After that, we're going to do another, we're going to finish up this Qui-Gon Omicron team. Take Kenobi, Mace Windu, Padme, Barriss Offee to R5 at least. Kenobi probably to R8. Well, I mean, maybe I take the tanks to R8. I don't know. I'm still figuring out the relic levels for these guys. But I figured out that Qui-Gon and Padme basically have the same team. It's just you swap them between game modes. So I figured that these two kind of just go together. Plus, my stream also taught me about this Gidme combo. I didn't realize that Moff Gideon could plug into a Padme team, and I really like that combination a lot. So I actually might throw in R2-D2 into this Padme leftover thing here. If I can, I'll just go to droids here. I should have done this before I started recording, but that's okay. I really like that Gidme combo. They told me about R2 being on a Gidme team. I really liked that idea, so I'm kind of probably going to sneak that requirement in there. After that, I really want to get my Captain Rex Phoenix team up. It looks like so much fun. Captain Rex is one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters in fiction. So I really want to get this team up. I love Rebels. The only thing that's like really stopping me is, 3 GLs and a single drop farmable farm for Rex. And I know you guys say, oh, just refresh the node and keep farming. I know. I just have a lot on my plate. As you can tell, I have a whole series why my roster sucks. So I kind of, I should tell you something. It should tell you something. Yeah, I want to get to this team. It's just I have a lot in the way first. After that, I'm going to go into my CLS farm, which includes 3PO. So I got to get my Ewoks up. And in case you're wondering, you haven't seen the other videos, my log ray is R5 for my guild. Again, guild, if you're watching this, hi. I have my log ray for you guys. So I need to get my Ewoks up to get C3PO. And then after this, I actually changed this farming plan as well. After C3PO, I was going to go straight into gas, and I realized gas is a much longer farm, kind of more difficult to get, where Darth Revan does a lot for me. Right now, I'm only in Bronzium. Darth Revan would be a huge benefit for my roster, and it's kind of disappointing I don't have him already. I have so much work to do with my current roster that I haven't been able to fit him in sooner. It's not a hard farm to do really at all. The hardest part is upgrading Revan and Malik. So once I get them to relic levels, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard of a farm. I figured this is like a easier farm while I, I'm catching up on stuff I should have done already. So after we do Darth Revan, we're going into Gas, which we get a Grievous Droid team out of, and obviously Clone 501st Gas team out of. So, Guild, if you're watching me, hello. I am farming Inquisitors actively. I'm going to get Reva. I'm going to get Grand Inquisitor. Obviously, I have a lot of work to do. I'm actively farming all of these characters, all of these Inquisitors. I'll be farming this entire time. I'm going to have one favorited as I do everything I just said down this list. I'm going to have it working on one Inquisitor at a time because I can't afford to do more than that while I have all this to do. So this isn't me saying, okay, I'm going to get Gas and then start working on Inquisitors. It's going to be me saying, okay, I have Gas and hopefully I'll be far enough along on this farm where I can start working on Reva. That's what I more mean like this. I'm not going to start working on them at this point. Hopefully they'll be done at this point after I get Gas. I'm hoping this will be done. After Inquisitors, maybe actually before, depending, I really want to do Dash Rendar. I did not realize how good Dash Rendar was just in Grand Arena with that Omicron. I didn't realize how good he was. I got some holds in my last GAC with Dash Rendar without the Omicron. So I'm very excited to upgrade this team a little bit. Love Hondo. I really like Emphas Nesta, actually. She's a really cool character. I'm a huge Solo fan, so I love that movie. So I really want to get Emphas Nesta up as well. Obviously, Lightspeed bundles help this out a lot, so I'm excited to do that. Next after that, we have Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. Territory War Omicron. It would go hard. It's only one character, so I don't feel like this would be too hard to get. It's not too hard. It's not too far-fetched. She goes with unaligned Force user team, which I won't really have a lot of at this point. I'm not really thinking about Cal at all at any point so far. I definitely think it would be good to go after Cal Kestis, like the basic one, the scrapper one, for my Rey team potentially. So maybe I change this in a few months and I go and ooh, hold on. You're not supposed to be hearing advertisements. Anyways, hopefully I fit Cal Kestis in here somewhere because I love Jedi Survivor and I would love to do Cal Kestis. It's just I haven't been able to fit him into my agenda anytime soon. But that might change next time I do this video, to be honest with you, because a lot has changed since the last time I did this. After Ahsoka, I'm actually thinking I do Jedi Master Luke. I'm actually a lot closer to Luke than I thought I was. I'm not knocking on the door or anything, but like I'm gonna have a lot of these requirements done by the time I get to this point. Obi-Wan will be R5 because of my Starkiller team. Jedi Training Rey will be R7 because of GL Rey. C3PO will be R5 because of my CLS team. 3PO will be R5 for my CLS team. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker is going to be R7 just because he's a good character. R2-D2 may be R7 by the time I get to this because of that Gidme team, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Han Solo will already be at R6 by the time I get to this event, as well as Chewbacca. Rebel Y-Wing, that's probably one of the things I'm going to have to work on with R2-D2. Those two are going to be a little bit of a grind. Princess Leia won't be too difficult. Hermit Yoda will go with my Jedi Knight Revan team. So Wedge and Biggs will be kind of a pain to get to R3, but it's only R3, so I can't be too mad. And Lando Calrissian, I already have a Gear 12 because that was like when I first got the game, when the game came out in 2015, I think. Lando was my best character, so I took him all the way to Gear 12 and left him there. So, I mean, I already have him at Gear 12, so that wouldn't be too bad for me. So this farm is very, very doable. Plus, I get Mon Mothma out of this. I'm not mad at all. Not mad at all at these requirements. So I think Jedi Master Luke will be my 4th Galactic Legend, assuming a Lightspeed bundle doesn't come out by the time that I get to it. Now, Mon Mothma, well, obviously is a requirement for Luke, so I already have Kyle Katarn, so might as well go ahead and get the rest of this team. I think that'd be fun. I also want to get Afra. I love the comic books. I have a bunch of Afra comic books, so throwing this team together with Vader would be great. Yeah, I'm really excited to get this team. I hear a lot of good things about it. I'm excited for this team. After that, I think Aiden would be good. This team wouldn't be hard to gear up. The only issue here is Aiden herself. I think she has Chirotex, which is her holding me back from her. Yeah, I need hard gear to get. So once I get that figured out, this would be an awesome team for GAC. So I want to get Aiden up. And in the same vein, Shock T, Bad Batch. I'm not farming Omega. Don't care. I mean, I don't hate Omega, but I really like Shock T, and I love the Bad Batch. So I'm doing Shock T clones instead, because it's actually better than the Bad Batch team anyways. Yeah, I love clones, so this has got to be a priority for me at some point. And I need Shock T for Master Kenobi, and I want to get Master Kenobi as my 5th GL. He's got some challenging requirements, but again, this is one of those things. By the time I get to this event, hopefully this won't be too hard. Kenobi at R8 is not unreasonable. Mace Windu will probably already be at R3. Ayla Sakura, got recommendations for that Gidmei team, so maybe she'll be R3 by the time I get to this. Bo-Katan Kryze, literally today we got a drop about a Lightside Mandalorian team with Paz Vizsla, so she could be useful at this point, so that's not too bad. I already have her at 7 stars too. Qui-Gon at R3 would be great for my Qui-Gon Omicron team. IG Magna Guard R5 for my Grievous team already. Colton Sergeant, yeah, this will suck. Wat Tambor, it'll suck to get the shards, but great to have Wat at R7. Grievous at R7 will already be done by the time I get to this. Cad Bane at R5, I just have to take him up 2 more relic levels. Cody's gonna suck. Jango Fett, I have him at gear 12, but I don't use him that much, so, well, I'm kind of phase him out, so, I mean, won't be too bad. Shock T, I'll have it R7 already, and Yoda, I'll probably, hopefully have it R8 already. So, not too bad of a requirement for Kenobi. Plus, I really like Obi-Wan. He's one of my favorite characters, so I'll be excited to get him, as well as Cap. But after that, I'm probably going to fit some other teams in here. I might move Kenobi up. I might move some other teams below here up in between these two. I'm probably not going to do Jabba and Kenobi back to back, but Jabba next. He's kind of the meta right now, but by the time I get to him, he won't be. I just am not close to any of his requirements, which is shocking because I have a decent amount of bounty hunters. But you just look here and I have nothing. I'll have Han Solo by the time I get to this. I'll have Luke by the time I get to this. I'll have 3PO by the time I get to this. Hopefully I'll have Aurra Sing, but that's it. I already have Boba Fett done, but that's for Executor, which I'm almost done. I'm so close, dude. Next time it comes around, I'll have Executor, which is going to be awesome. I'm very excited to get that team up and running, my Executor fleet. After that, I really kind of just want to do Night Sisters. I love Marin. I think Marin's really cool. I've seen a lot of fun stuff with Night Sisters. I think they're kind of an underrated team. It definitely wouldn't hurt to have them, especially for some of these like assault battles, I believe. They were needed for a bunch of those, so it couldn't hurt to get those. After that, Lord Vader, I really want Maul, and I really just kind of want to do the Lord Vader event, even though he's not the best GL. You get Bad Batch out of him, you get a Padme out of him, you get Echo out of him. Embo is also needed for Jabba. Zam, I think, was also needed for Jabba. And you get Gas for this. Like, I mean, it's just I think it's got great requirements. I think he's a fun character. I'm just kind of excited to go through the event and just unlock him. Not even like the part after. I'm not excited to use the GL. I'm excited to get the GL. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And then after that, I mean, this is just kind of a Santa Staros team I want to think about eventually. Not a huge priority at all. I know people are kind of falling out of favor with this team, but it's just something for me to think about at the moment. Not a priority, just on the list of things I could do in the very, very distant future. This is like a multi-year plan, and I made this list like a month ago, and it has dramatically changed in the last month. So hopefully as time goes on, it doesn't change too much, and I can stick in a straight line and, you know, get my farms done and fix my roster officially. I'm excited to do that and document that with you guys. Again, that's why I started this channel, is because I know my account isn't in the greatest state. I have fun playing this game, so I'd like to document myself fixing and learning and being a part of this community. So that's what this channel really is. And I really appreciate you guys joining me and watching up until this point. It means the world to me. And well, it's time for me to go do homework. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.